Good evening, traders, and welcome to this week's Forex Focus, the show where we look at the Forex markets and look for opportunities that could be setting up in the week ahead. Now, I need to remind you before we get into the show that this is for educational purposes only. So the opportunity that we're going to look at is in no way investment advice, okay? It's all it is our analysis of the market, and it's meant to be a way of showing you how we go about looking at the markets and how we go about managing our trade so that you can obviously, hopefully learn from it. If you like what we're going to talk about in this week's Forex Focus, and obviously you need to go away and do your own analysis of the markets, do your own due diligence, and decide for yourself whether it's right for you or not. Okay, so without further ado, we've got an opportunity, a very good opportunity that we're looking at for this week in the dollar yen. And the reason that we like this, not more than just the technicals, is basically the fact that we've got a fundamental driver behind this trade. And as you know, we like to trade when we have a fundamental driver with us because it just gives a little bit more strength to the trade. It gives us more confidence to be able to add to positions. And the reason that we like this trade is that ultimately the dollar and the yen, so the US and Japan, are in very, very different places in terms of their monetary policy. We believe that the Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates, if not in December, then certainly very, very early of next year. And the data out from the past week has really just gone on to strengthen that case. Yes, we had the non-farm payrolls come out on Friday, which was a little bit softer than expected. But to counteract that, we had the ISM. So we had the manufacturing and non-manufacturing coming out above expectation. And in fact, the non-manufacturing had its biggest jump in a long, long time, if not, I think it's actually history, its biggest jump in history. So that's obviously bodes very, very well for our trade idea. So without further ado, let's jump over to the charts and take a look at the technical setups and how we could look to trade this technically. So looking at the charts here, let's start by looking at the daily chart. If we zoom into the daily chart here, you can see that the dollar yen has been trending downwards for quite some time. So basically all of this year it's been moving down, 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 with lower highs and lower lows at every single point. It then came down back in July and made this low at 98.70. And then it came down and we've sort of had a triple bottom down here. So it's made three other attempts to get down to these lows. It hasn't quite got down there, but it's got down to around the 100 level. And every time it gets to that level, it gets rejected. So not once, not twice, but three times. And what we're looking at right here is, even though from a trend perspective, you can say that obviously this is down, so you'd be looking to sell this. But from a fundamental perspective, we think that we've got an opportunity to get in here on an early trend reversal. Okay, so we think that ultimately this particular downtrend is going to turn around and we're going to start to get higher highs and higher lows. And this could be a good opportunity to get in on the ground floor. And what's great about this is that there's a number of different entry opportunities that we could be looking for. So either we look for the market to break out of this high here, which it could do early this week coming. So either this evening or, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, we could get a breakout of this high, which will be an opportunity to stick a toe in the water there immediately when we get a break of this high. Or if the market turns around and comes back down towards these lows, we would wait, not necessarily even for it to get down to the 98.80 level, but certainly to get down to the 100 level, we would look to put on a buy trade around there. Obviously, we're not going to do it just because the market gets to that level. We'd be looking for some sort of a trend reversal, candlestick reversal pattern. But if we get it in and around this sort of area here, and let me zoom in there for you a little bit. If we get a candlestick reversal pattern around here, that's certainly somewhere we're going to be looking to jump on this train and buy it to the upside. And then we would have another opportunity to buy through these highs there as well. So we could put a little one in here, add again there, and what you find, you've got a great trade on your hand, great risk reward, and obviously you've added to your position, which is always a positive thing. In terms of the sort of technical setup we'll be looking for, something like this, the last time it came down here, would be sufficient. So you want to see the market come down to the level. You want to see it respect the level, okay, and then break out above it. Now, it might not be that you get the opportunity on the daily. You may not see it on the daily chart, but if you don't, you can always jump down to a shorter term time frame. So for example, let's see if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see here there's a very, very clear opportunity to get involved in this trade. The last time it came down to this level, what you would have been looking at, and I'll move this line just for the moment, is you can see that it came down and respected this level. It then went sideways for a little bit, which is exactly what we want to see. Okay, so you want to see the market respecting a level when it gets to it. And then it decided to break up above. And you've got a very nice high either here or here to buy through the markets. You have your stop below the lows, and then obviously you're trading up towards the highs. Maybe try and buy through the highs, which as you can see, it didn't get through the highs this time, but as you can see before, if it gets through the highs, obviously then you have significantly more profits on the table there. But even if you don't get through those highs, even if you look at this sort of a trade here, you have your stop below the lows, you're in here, that's still like a 2-to-1 risk reward on a very good trade opportunity. So if the market gets down towards this area here again, we're going to be looking to buy the market. If it gets through this high here, so if it doesn't get all the way down here and goes through this high here, then again, we'll be looking to buy the market. So ultimately, we're very bullish on the dollar yen, okay, at least for the foreseeable future. If anything significantly fundamental changes, then obviously we will come back and we will talk to you guys about it. But at the moment, this is our favorite trade. This is the way that we're looking to play it, okay? So that wraps it up for this week's Forex Focus. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some value there. Again, you know, this is an educational show. So we want to kind of show you how we go about analyzing the markets. We're not saying that this is the trade that you should take or anything like that. We just want to show you how we approach the markets, how we approach our trades, and, you know, obviously how we go about looking to make profits. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up or post a comment beneath the video. Otherwise, I'll catch you in next week's Forex Focus. Thank you very much and have a good day's trading.